I did a bad job inside of Raid Shadow Legends this weekend, and because of that, my grind was hindered and I didn't get everything done that I wanted to. Today I'm going to be giving you the story as to what went on, which goes into a path unseen before here on the channel. Before we dive into it and see what's happening in Raid right now is actually Sunday night. Right before this posts Monday morning. So you're going to get a pretty up-to-date on what the heck is going on in Echo's world. Download Raid Shadow Legends with my QR code or use my link in the description. Gets you Raid Shadow Legends for free with 2 free epic champions and a bunch of rewards to help grind your account. Some of the additional rewards you can get inside of the game are Skeletor from Skeletor's Chase. By the way, we just got the avatar, which I am not going to use, although I do think it's really cool. The avatar is right, hello, where are you? Right here, yes. It's a pretty cool looking avatar, but I gotta stick with my boy He-Man because he was literally my hero forever growing up as a kid. So He-Man will be the one that we hold on to. But it was cool to get all of this free stuff from the free login events going on right now inside of Raid. But what else is going on here? And why was I so hindered to play? So what happened was, it was a busy weekend and I logged in here and there to burn off some energy or to like use my keys in Clan Boss. You could see I could use, oh wait, I got something I could collect here. I didn't even realize that was up there. Looks like we forgot to collect that one the other day. Let's see. Click on bang, blah, blah, blah. Nothing great in it. It's okay. I think I did Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare already today. Yes, we did. So we'll go ahead and we'll go do Brutal now, utilizing a 3rd key of the day. Still to pull any Sacreds. But why was my weekend so crazy? And how come when I'm off from work and I don't have so many things to record, is it so hard for me to get not only into the game, but also into these games to record videos to put out on the weekends? And now, I recall telling you guys many of times, I'm a family man. Got the wife, I got the kids. We got busy things going on. And this weekend was no different. Let's start out with Saturday. On Saturday, my son had a soccer tournament. Yes, he plays football, baseball, basketball, soccer. Football is his jam though, just so you know. But he plays soccer too, he's pretty good. They played in a tournament. It was basically a full day tournament. 45 minutes away in a dome. It was freezing, and they did not win the tournament. They played well though, and it was just a long day. Then at the tournament, I get these migraines, and this is a newer thing now since I'm like becoming an old man. And it was actually a little bit concerning to me, right? So I felt these migraines starting in the back of my head. They start like right back here, you know, like right here. Yeah, I don't know what's up with it, but I want to get this guy out of the ring. How do I do that? Should I just put someone else in there for him? Yeah, let's just swap them out. We'll go here, and I want to take her out too. Yeah. So I felt this migraine coming on, and I was like, oh no, because these things can get pretty bad. Did that switch her? There we go. Now we're switched. Okay. So the migraine's coming on, and I'm like, oh no, I took a bunch of Tylenol, but it really doesn't do anything. My plan was, after the event, we got home around 6 o'clock at night, that I would then go and record some videos. I actually was planning to do a live stream either for Diablo or for Raid. So that was my go-to plan. And if not, like sometimes it's late at night and I'm super tired and stuff. So then I'll just instead play the game, maybe record a video or something and have some fun with it in that sense, if I don't feel up to par enough to hang with the community live for 2 hours. Well, I will tell you, this migraine in my head got so bad that I could not fall asleep. I literally had to be walking around the house. I couldn't lay down. And this went on until 6 a.m. when I finally fell asleep at 6 a.m. Then I was up at 9, which is actually sleeping in very late for me. And thank God the migraine was gone. They typically last me for 2 days, but this one was away in less than 24 hours. But it was by far the worst one I had ever had. I literally couldn't even keep my eyes open, but I also couldn't close them. Imagine how that feels. It was absolutely awful. So I was not able to be productive, not even be able to grind the games because I couldn't even look at the screens. Okay, enough of the pity party. Something else that crazy was happening. So I'm pacing the house, right? And I got some big windows. I have a lot of land in front of me so I can see a lot of sky. And I've heard people talking about these drones at night that have been coming around and just been like in New York, New Jersey, New York City, Pennsylvania. And at night, these drones come, and they're like 6 foot in diameter drones, and they're just like around everywhere. They've even recently in airports near me have shut down the airports because they were unidentified flying objects in the sky. So what do you think? You think one, aliens. I don't think they're aliens. Two, people are just flying their drones doing some kind of a prank going up and like around. But what normal people have 6-foot drones, things that are nearly the size of cars? No one. The other thing is the government. Maybe the government is doing something. All this conspiracy theory stuff comes to mind and it's just weird. So I heard about these drones and I'm like, man, I'm up and walking around. I can't sleep. So I have a couch in front of a window on the second story of my house that looks out across the pond and it's beautiful. I sit down there and I just start looking into the sky and I'm wondering, I wonder if I could see one of these fucking things. I'll tell you what, I saw multiple of them. Most of them were far. They looked like you see red blinking lights on one side and green blinking lights on the other. And they were far away, but you could still see them. And they were not planes. They were clearly not planes. They were square objects and they were much lower than a plane would be. Most of them were far, but then one started making its way slowly across my view, basically right in front of me, probably 200 to 300 feet up in the sky, and it was weird. I did in no way get any feeling that it was an alien type creature, but it was a drone in the middle of the night that was not a, when someone goes and buys a drone, they go buy a drone that's like, like this big. And that's an expensive, nice drone, right? A buddy of mine has a super nice drone, spent thousands of dollars on it. The thing is this big. For something to be, you're talking 20, 30, 40, $50,000. This is not people that are just enthusiasts of drones flying these things around. And if there were just people and they didn't have any authority to be up there or any paperwork or any, what do they call it? Like you have to get the okay to fly in certain areas, the people would get involved. But there's no word of anything going on, which makes me think these are like these new government things looking at stuff. I don't know. Again, I'm not a conspiracy theory kind of guy, but it's super weird. Like the window's right here. When I always yell at the geese and stuff, I got the other window right behind me in that room. I bet I could go look out there and see some. I wonder if I can get a picture for you. If I can get a picture, I'll pop it in the video. If not, I wasn't able to see any tonight. But it was super weird. So I'm doing that with the migraine. Finally get to sleep. I get 3 hours of sleep, and today we went to the Giants game, the New York Football Giants. My boy's first ever Giants game, and my youngest, who's 8, Brody, his first ever NFL football game. And it was really good. Giants got smoked so bad. Well, they played the Baltimore Ravens, and it was just, it was brutal. Let's just say that. But it was a good time. It's just a great feeling to be in a stadium like that and to feel the size of everything and just the heart of the game. It was really great. Unfortunately, it was a home game for the Giants, and they're not doing well this season. So a lot of people just sell the tickets, right? They just sell the tickets, and whoever wants to buy them can. And they're playing the Baltimore Ravens. So because the Baltimore Ravens are not too far from here, they're a couple hours away. There are a lot of Baltimore fans. And we just happened to be sitting right in front of a very obnoxious group of fans. They didn't bother us, but they were just loud and obnoxious and just rude dudes, man. And I had my 2 kids with me, and it didn't ruin the time, but it definitely didn't enhance the experience. Unfortunately, when you go to these types of events, you sometimes get with people or around people that are like that, and it just, it wasn't great. Plus, it was so cold. But it was a good time overall. And then we went to IHOP for dinner, of all places. IHOP, International House of Pancakes. I got myself a chicken on a what are those things called? Like not a roll. Come on, look at my hand movements there. It's telling you, like a biscuit. A biscuit. That's what it's called. It was a chicken on a biscuit, and I got some pancakes. It was quite good. All right, so because of all of this going on, I greatly neglected Raid. I did, like I said, get on and do a few things, but I felt as if I was just not in it the way I typically am in it every day. I didn't know what was I supposed to be doing, where was I supposed to be going, what was I supposed to be spending my energy on, how am I min-maxing? I didn't do any of that this weekend, so it was kind of like an off day, I guess you could say, for Raid, which is okay, but it just felt weird. Thank God there was no fusion or anything like that going on, because I could have very well slipped up and missed something and not actually gotten it done. But that wasn't the case. It was actually a good weekend to be like that, because there was nothing that was super important actually going on. By the way, if you get migraines like that, please tell me how you deal with them in the comments below, because I need your help there. All right, so we got that done. Cool. There was something, though, that I did good. This fusion warm-up, I just saw this. I didn't even know that all this was here. Check that out. We're almost all the way there. What is this? Like, earn points every day through an event to reach special milestones and win even greater rewards. I had no idea I was even doing this. So that was pretty cool. It looks like we're going to actually get all the way through it and get 175, 225 energy and a whole bunch of other great things, including an ancient shard. Pretty sweet stuff. And the Yuletide event, we have some energy sitting there. We'll take the greater oil. Thank you very much for your oil. And we have some experience sitting in here too. Still a week and 3 days. I'm not, like I said, going to get to the end, but maybe I'll be able to get myself to the primal shard. We'll have to see. Yeah, so that was my story as to why. So I guess the question I have for you is, how do you feel about a day like that? Do you ever have days where you just feel off, not with it, not focused on the game? Now for you, the game is a game, it's a pastime, it's an enjoyment piece. Now for me, it's the same, but it's also a bit of a job. I make my money from my YouTube channels. I felt like I was cheating a little bit, which I should not feel. It is important that in life, we take the time to spend with our loved ones, especially our children, so that they can enjoy that. By the way, we started on the, only 9 hours left in this bad boy? Oh gosh, this one's hard to beat too. Let's look at the boss guide, teams of the week. Oh yeah, all those, literally no champ. It always happens. I gotta freeze the bombs or something like that. What I should probably do is go back to normal and fight a boss that we could easily beat. Who was it? This one right here. And just use the team on multi to farm it for the resources that we need to farm gear, right? We get resources from these things to wear different and craft different gear, so we don't waste those keys. I didn't even realize the new Doom Tower was 9 hours away. So when I wake up in the morning, it'll be a new Doom Tower day, a new day on the Doom Tower. Huh, would you look at that? And hey guys, I am putting out a very special video. It's coming out in a couple of weeks, summarizing the year. I can't wait, not only to share that one with you, to share where we have come together as a community, but I can't wait to see it myself, because I think it's going to be really awesome, and it's going to be pretty exciting to see, and to remember back to when the days were just beginning here inside of Raid Shadow Legends. So we do have the fusion incoming. We want to keep up the daily grind. My real goal is I need to pull in a couple of sacred shards, because I have 3 right now, and 3 is not going to cut it for any fusion type events. We need more than just those 3. And if I can get those, we'll be okay for a champion chase. I'd like to be sitting on 7. That's not going to happen from just farming them. So, and I don't have a lot of other, we actually could be in some trouble. I may have to use my gems to buy ancient shards, because we learned that lesson just a couple of weeks ago, when I thought you could only buy 1 pack with gems of the ancient shards, when actually, well shoot, is it unlimited? Or can I buy 5? I know that I could buy more than 1 now. So that will be the path forward. Next time, rather than spending, what I spend 20 bucks on 10 ancient shards? Oh, not good. That actually hurt my head, because the headache that I had is not 100% gone. It's also part of the reason why we're recording this at night, and part of the reason why I'm not screaming during this video. So I feel like today we got a little bit closer, guys. I took you into what life was like with my family this weekend, what it was all about, some of my struggles. Every single day doesn't need to be a Raid Shadow Legends day. I think that's what I'm taking away from this whole thing. And I hope that that's cool with you guys. With that said, as far as content goes, this week I put out 6 Raid Shadow Legends video. We gave you an extra one, pulling Alex's shards on Saturday. It seems that you guys enjoyed that video. I'm glad you did. Bow. And Sunday, I even put out one of my sponsored videos for King Arthur versus Raid Shadow Legends. If you didn't see that one, go show it some support, if you don't mind, because those videos need all the support they can get. And apparently the sponsor's very happy, because they want to continue doing that stuff, which makes me happy, and it helps me pay my mortgage. And I appreciate all you guys. Hopefully something exciting happens tomorrow, and we can dive into it. Peace.